Welcome to my home studio, virtual studio. This is totally out of my comfort zone right now, filming myself, but I want to keep in touch with all of you special people out there. So bear with me as I sort of navigate this new world, inside and outside. And I have a nice slow flow hip practice for you today to enjoy. Hopefully it brings you some calm and peace to your day, and we're gonna get started right now. So finding Shavasana, corpse pose, lying on the back. Oh, feels a little weird with that mic pack there, but I'll get used to it. So just taking a few moments here, really just settling into the body. It's so super important to connect with what is going on in the physical body right now in this moment. So if you notice any areas of extreme tightness or tension, any areas that are pulling, start to pay a little extra attention and maybe start to breathe a little deeper to those spaces. On your next inhale, take a deep breath in through the nose. Big exhale, sigh through the mouth. Ooh, not that big. Another big breath in. Big breath out. We'll do that one more time. Big breath in. Big breath out, let it go. Gently begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Circle your hands and your feet. Reaching your arms up over your head, bring the legs together. Pointing toes towards the front, fingertips reach for the back wall. Get nice and long here, big breath here. Big breath out. And slowly start to bring the knees in towards the chest. Arms wrap around the legs. I always like to find a little movement here, a little rock, side to side. And you can always take knees a little wider if that feels good. Organic movement, whatever you're feeling called to do, go for that. And take one more breath here. And you always have the option to roll to one side, push yourself up. You can bring your hands on the backs of the thighs. We're just going to do a little rock. Wow, forward and back. I'm going to crush my mic pack, so I won't do that again. You go for another little rock and roll if you want to, and I'll meet you in table pose. I don't know how these expert online yogis do it. I'll have to figure out their secrets. So shoulders stacking over wrists, hips over knees. Let's tuck the toes for an extra opening through the feet. And we'll take a big inhale, dropping the belly, looking forward. Big exhale, push the air out. And I want you to pause here, pulling shoulder blades apart, looking between the legs, and push one more time into the hands. Inhale, drop your belly nice and slow. Exhale, let it go. Let's do that again. Inhale, drop the belly, sending heart forward. And big exhale. Nice, then come back into table. This time I want you to drop your belly and push it out to the side. So you're trying to find this like circular cat-cow. We bring it all the way up and then over to the opposite side. So you want to find movement here and you want to try to feel every little space. And if you feel weird, you're probably doing it right. If you feel a little awkward, probably doing it right. Try to get out of the head and just be in the body. And again, you're just tuning in to what's happening right now in the physical body. If it's been a few days since landing on your mat, really notice how you're showing up today. Let's go back the other way. Ooh, big circles. Like dropping the head as you push the spine up towards the ceiling. So it's like you're tracing a circle with your belly button. Nice and big. Whoopsies. We'll do that one more time. Drop. Okie doke. Coming back into that table pose. Tuck your toes. Lifting knees to a hover. Holding here. Now rip your mat apart. I need you to push your hands into the mat. Noticing that space between the shoulder blades. Pushing it up. Up, up, up. Towards the ceiling. Big breath here. Big breath out. Stepping both feet back. Ooh, I'm off my mat. Come into high plank. Shoulders stack over wrists. Nice big breath in. Big breath out. Slowly lift the hips. Push back. Downward dog. Pedal out your feet. So always finding movement here as you first land into downward dog. Bending your knees. Lifting hips nice and high. Creating that long spine. And then can you settle into this shape for a couple of breaths, maybe closing the eyes. One more breath here. Lifting hips high, lift heels high, bend your knees to a hover, look towards your hands, walk nice and slow, meeting the hands at the top. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, cactus the arms, pulling elbows back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward, super slow, hinging from hips, softening through knees, all the way forward. Release the head at the bottom, bring the chin to the chest, tucking the chin, feel that opening through the neck. Make sure the knees are still bent here. And then releasing chin, lengthen the spine as you inhale. So send the crown towards the front. Exhale, lower your chest. Planting hands, stepping back into high plank. Shoulders stack over wrists. Ripping the mat apart. For this first one, we'll drop to the knees. Send the weight forward. Look forward. Elbows stay nice and close. Lower with control. Modified chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose. So the tops of the feet root into the mat. Knees lift. Lower your chest. Push back through your knees, tucking toes back into downward dog. Pedal your feet. Notice the breath. Lift your hips high, lift heels high. Bend your knees, look towards your hands, walk or hop to meet top of the mat. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower the chest. Plant the hands, stepping back into high plank. Shoulders stacking over wrists. Now you choose if you want to modify dropping the knees. Shifting weight forward, look forward. Elbows stay close and then lower down, chaturanga. And then you can stick with that cobra pose if you'd like, or up dog, thighs and knees lift. Tucking toes, pushing back, downward facing dog. All right, inhale your left leg straight back. Try to keep your hips level. Bend your left knee, heel to the glute, and then we stack left hip on top of right for three-legged dog. Try to aim your left knee up towards the ceiling, and then can you lift your right heel? Take a big breath here. Big breath out. Lower your right heel, straighten left leg all the way back. Step your left foot, bring it all the way through to the outside of your left hand. You can always use that left hand to sort of scooch it forward. If you can keep that back leg off the ground and engaged, go for it. If you can walk your hands forward to find a little more space here, go for it. We're trying to get nice and long, wiggling that back foot. We'll take 2 more big breaths here. Hands come back under the chest. We slowly drop that back knee if you haven't already. So you have the option of staying here. Left hand can also come to your left knee. And you can wing that leg out. So you start to push into both hands. You lengthen up and then twisting over your left shoulder. So notice here, if you're like sinking into that shoulder, you want to push away for these last 2 breaths here. Slowly bringing that left foot down, heel toe, right under the chest. Send your weight back. Flexing left foot, pulling the toes towards you. Hands can maybe walk a little closer to the body. If you have a block or anything to put your hand on, pet, small child, you could use that to support here if you want to create a little more space. We'll take a couple breaths. Micro bend in that knee, so don't lock your knee here. Big breath in. Alright, send the weight forward into that left foot. Ooh. And tuck the back toes, and the hands can come onto your left leg. What is happening here? Reaching your arms up over the head, legs are active here, so you want to push into that left heel. Take a big breath here. Exhale, open up towards the left. Arms find shoulder height. Looking back at the left hand. Inhale, reaching arms up over the head. Exhale, opening up towards the right. Arms find shoulder height. Relax the shoulders. Look back at your right hand. What up? Big inhale. Hands slowly come up over the head, face center. 1 more breath here. Hands come down, framing the front foot, back toes tuck, lifting back leg, stepping back, high plank. Big breath at the top. Full exhale, chaturanga lower, cobra or up dog, and push back, downward facing dog. And take a big breath here. Big breath out. So notice what is happening in your body. Are you connecting here? What's happening in the mind? Stay present in your practice. Inhale your right leg straight back. Bending knee, heel to the glute, and then stack the right hip on top of the left. So notice as you start to stack, your shoulders want to open up as well. So you want to drop that right shoulder, and then can you lift that left heel? So you lift that right knee as high as you possibly can, taking a big breath here. Big breath out. Lower left heel down, straighten right leg, And then step that right foot all the way through. You can always use the help of your hand. You can drop that back knee here if you'd like, or challenge yourself. Keep it lifting off the mat. Arms can reach forward. Maybe a little wiggle of those toes. Get high on that back heel. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Hands come under the chest, slowly dropping left knee if you haven't already. Option to stay here, option to bring that right hand on the knee. So you push, you open up that leg, pushing into both hands, lengthen. At that last moment, you twist over the right shoulder, what up behind you. Check it out. Relax your shoulders. One more breath here. Slowly bring that foot down. Heel toe, under the chest. Hands frame the foot, and you send the weight all the way back. Micro bend in your right knee. Breathing in to this space. Again, using anything to prop up. If you feel stuck, you need to breathe a little deeper, create a little more space. Stop forcing it, and just be where you're at today. Then things start to happen, things start to shift and change. 2 more. Sending the weight into that right foot. Now, untucking the back toes, tenting fingertips, and bring the hands onto your right thigh. So you square your hips here. Legs are active. So we're not just like sinking down. You want to squeeze them together. Push down through that front heel, and you're dragging it back. So you should most definitely feel your hamstrings light up. Same thing on the left side, hip flexors. And then arms start to reach up over the head. Relax the shoulders, big breath here. Exhale, open up towards the right. Slow and controlled. Looking back, possibly at that right hand. Big breath. Inhale, reaching arms up over the head. Exhale, opening up towards the left side. Maybe you look back at that left hand. What's happening in your shoulders? Relax. Inhale, reach up over the head. One last breath here. Hands come down, frame the front foot. Back toes tucked, lifting back leg, stepping back, high plank. Big breath. Full exhale, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And push back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Feet are hip width. Let's just hang here in this forward fold for a few moments. Grabbing your elbows. Nice gentle bend in your knees. Sink down into the soles of the feet. Let that head hang here. Spine becomes very long. Opening it up. Breathing a little space between each vertebrae. We'll take one more breath here. Release your hands. Hands walk forward. Pedal the feet. Inhale, left leg straight back. Sweeping left knee all the way through. Landing in pigeon pose. My favorite pose. So this one, well, love-hate relationship with this one. It can be very intense. So I encourage you, if you have something to place under your left hip, give yourself support. There's no sense in sort of struggling through this, hovering with the hip if you don't have to, right? So just use that support. Try to find a comfortable-ish, I know it's not gonna be comfortable, but somewhere that feels sustainable. If you're coming all the way down in sleeping pigeon, I always encourage using something to support the head. So stacking your fists, or if you have a block. And then maybe you close your eyes, and we're just gonna take 5 big breaths here. For 4. For 3. Last 2. Last 1. And slowly come back up onto your hands. Ooh. Tuck your back toes. Stepping back, high plank. Big breath at the top. Full exhale, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And push back. Downward facing dog. I'm gonna have to think of a new hairstyle for this stuff. This mic's getting caught up. All right, we're in this together. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, right leg straight back. Bring your right knee all the way through, right wrist. Pigeon pose. Again, something underneath that hip. Support yourself here. Finding a shape that is sustainable. And then if you'd like, you can come down. Maybe you stack your fists again. Maybe this side looks different than the other one, and that is okay. We'll take 5 big breaths here. Two more. Last one. Slowly come back up onto the hands. Whew. Take a moment. Tuck your back toes, stepping back, high plank. Big breath at the top. Full exhale, chaturanga lower. Cobra or up dog. And push back. Downward facing dog. Let's take one more big breath here. Dropping knees all the way down. We'll spin our legs around. All right, are you still with me? Okay, so we're going to extend the right leg out. So this is where should I face you? Let's do it. So I'll mirror you. Right leg is out, straight. And we bring the right hand over to the behind on the right side. Left hand comes over to the outside of the leg. You want to keep it there. So we're slowly going to start to reach for this outside of the leg. You can also grab a hold of the outside of the foot. I personally like to crawl my spaghetti arms even further. I'm pretty limby, so I have a lot of reach here. If that doesn't work for you, all good. Grab the foot, leg, wherever you're at. We start to breathe into that lower back, right? We're trying to open up space there. So we'll take 5 breaths here. For 4. And for 3. Last 2. Last 1. Slowly use the hands to come all the way up. We face center, finding that neutral spine. Just take a moment here, breathe into it. We keep that length, inhale. And as you exhale, twisting to the other side. So you find that counter twist. When you use your breath, you inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, twisting, looking back behind you. One more breath here. Nice. Slowly back to center. So I'm going to pivot. You stay where you are, just so you can see a better angle for this next one. So we're going to bring the right, ooh, I mirrored you guys. You'll bring your left hand behind. Bring the opposite hand as your leg, because now I'm all messed up. From here, start to straighten that leg. So you're pointing the toes. You start to roll onto this shin, lifting your hips nice and high, and that other arm reaches back. So you're opening up the chest here, looking back, big breath in, big breath out. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Slowly coming all the way down. And again, we take a moment here with this neutral spine. Let everything settle. Big breath here. Big breath out. All right, other side. So I will face you again. So we have our left leg out now, this time straight, right? Bringing the left hand behind. Other hand comes onto the outside of the leg. So again, even if you're only reaching this far, as long as you feel something happening. So we're trying to breathe space into the lower back. If you feel it somewhere else, it just means that you're tight there. You may have an imbalance. And that is great that you're feeling something, right? So then you can start to breathe into it, creating that space. Notice how you do start to soften a little bit with the exhale. So you really have to use your breath. Try to get out of that habit of landing in a pose and like forcing your way into it, really pushing into it. You're always going to be met with resistance. So really try to focus on the breath and just being okay with where you're at today in the body. It's all good. We'll take one more big breath here. Okay, let's do one more. I feel like I shortened that side. All right, slowly come all the way up, facing center, finding that neutral spine. We settle into this. Notice. Keeping that nice long spine, sending crown up towards the ceiling, twisting the opposite way. Looking over that opposite shoulder, looking behind. One more big breath. And back to center. I'm going to pivot again. You stay where you are. All right. So this time we bring our right hand behind. I've got this figured out this time. Pointing your left foot. You want to drive through that left heel, rolling onto your opposite shin. So you start to push into this back hand. You lift the hips, and that other arm reaches up and over. You're looking behind you. Big breath here. Big breath out. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Slowly come all the way down. All right, we are going to now pivot all the way around so that we're on the mat just like so. And reach the arms forward. So make sure you're at the top of your mat. Slowly start to roll back. Keeping shoulders relaxed. One more big breath here. Slowly make your way all the way down. All right, bringing the knees in towards the chest. Arms wrap, a little rock side to side. Again, if you want to take those knees wide, this is your option. If you want to really take it nice and deep, you would grab your big toes, your ankles, or your shins, and you're going to find a half happy baby to really open those hips up. So wherever you choose to land, we're going to take 3 breaths. For 2. Last one. All right, taking up lots of space. Landing in your final shape. Softening the face. Closing the eyes. And just noticing. Notice what has happened since landing on your mat. Notice any sensations you feel. Are you able to carve out a soft space for the mind? So that you can truly be here in this moment.